Aisha, thanks very much. Well, we're joined now by the singer, songwriter and presenter Jamelia, who's accused sections of the media of racist reporting in relation to a member of her family. Jamelia, you've been highly critical of what Piers Morgan had to say about Meghan. What's your response to his departure?
I don't think I was highly critical of what he had to say about Meghan. I think what I'm highly critical of is the fact that he is able to and has been able to, up until this point, exist without any form of rebuttal, without any form of consequence, when Black women, for doing way less, have opportunities taken away from them. So for me, it's more about the idea that he is propped up by an institution who seemingly supports his points of view. And I think it's about understanding the optics of that to people like myself, Black women, Black people, people of colour in Britain. It is offensive. And it's not just me. He is xenophobic, sexist, racist, transphobic. There are so many different isms and ists connected to him, and that he has been allowed to exist for this long without refute.
Well, he denies, he says he hasn't got a racist bone in his body. I'm sure he would, if he was here, deny those other isms you've put to him. But clearly he's offended a lot of people about what he said about Meghan. Tens of thousands of people complained to the broadcasting watchdog Ofcom. But isn't he also speaking for at least some in the British public who were sceptical about some of her claims?
I think that's what I find worrying. I think particularly as media entities, I think you have to be concerned with what it looks like and what it feels like to all of your public. There is nothing to say that there aren't people out there who agree with his point of view, and that's fair, and everyone has a right to an opinion, but not everyone gets the opportunity to voice their opinion and their vitriol in such a way, consistently, repeatedly. And for me, that's a problem. It shouldn't just be accepted. Yes, it has been a norm up until this point, but I think he's done the right thing. I fully support his exit, and and for once, I'm saying well done, Piers.
Do you think the palace is doing the right thing? They put out this quite dignified statement tonight saying that they took these issues raised, the allegations of racism, very seriously, although they did say, some recollections vary. Have they adopted the right approach, do you think?
Whilst I'm not up on protocol, royal protocol, what I will say is that, of course, they had to do something. For me, a statement is not action. And for me, and I'm sure for millions of others, we would like to see some sort of action, with the same vim that you entered into when it has been supported in the press, stories and also, I think omission of information is just as damaging particularly to a person of colour. So I think for me, little old me from Birmingham, I'd prefer to see action. Okay, a statement's really nice, but anyone can write something down on a piece of paper. What does that actually mean? Well,
just tell us a bit more what action would look like, what reforms you would like the monarchy to adopt to show that they have taken these allegations as seriously as they say.
I kind of feel like, how long have you got? It is a whole overhaul.
Probably about 30 seconds.
It's an overhaul of every single institution that the monarchy are the head of, every single institution that British people and people of colour exist within and are affected negatively by. It's an overhaul of everything from the ground up. And as you can imagine, that's going to take some time, energy and effort.
Haven't you hit the nail on the head there, that the monarchy, the public, the tabloid press, you name it, there is racism within every institution, no matter how much people might like to deny that. Really, it's a reflection of society, isn't it?
It is, and it's a very unfortunate one, particularly as a Black woman. And I think, for me, what you have to understand is that something may happen and then it's like a regurgitation of whatever has already happened in the papers, in the media. Even today, I saw a headline that said, well, who's the racist one in the palace? And it was just kind of infuriating. As a Black woman, I was literally just going to the petrol station to fill up my car, but that feels like an attack. It feels it feels like, you know, we're not being